So it's all about truckers these days. But before that, please subscribe and PayPal to keep us on the air. Barry Bussey is a lawyer, and he published this book called 210 Celsius, 16 ways that truckers ignited Canada for the long haul. And then, you know, the great luck of any author to publish a book and then have the decision that came out of the federal court saying, you know what, the government really did these truckers wrong.
Absolutely.
And the judge said, I mean, it was very difficult, but protest is difficult. But anyway, first of all, my question is, what does 210 Celsius mean?
210 Celsius is the degrees of which diesel self-ignites in a diesel engine. So the idea is that the pressure and the suppression came on the Canadian people so much that they automatically ignited and said enough is enough. Unlike
that old book, Fahrenheit 451 from 80 years ago. But in another generation, when Trudeau has outlawed diesel, and everybody has to have electric cars and trucks, they won't know. But this is not just an explanation of what happened in Ottawa 2 years ago. Tell me what your book's about.
So the book is pointing out that I stepped back and I looked at the trucker convoy protests, and I'm saying, okay, so what does it mean for Canada for the long term? And what it means is that the Canadians have finally woken up and said to the government, we're not going to defer to you anymore. We're not going to just play nice all the time, but we're now going to say, look, when you step on our toes, we're going to say ouch. And that's exactly what the truckers did. They just said, look, this is unacceptable the way you've been treating us.
So, but they said ouch. It was their point of view.
Yes.
And that is legitimate protest.
Absolutely.
They aren't
and going around
overthrowing the government. They said, we want you to hear us.
Exactly. And so they wanted to hear, but of course the Prime Minister ran off to his cottage and said, no, I can't stand these fringe minority with unacceptable views. But the point
he stands a lot of fringe minorities, just the ones he likes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But the thing is that there's a lot of people out there who get the story from mainstream media. So what I said, look, let's have a look at it. I've been there. I was there over 2 weekends, walked the streets, talked to the people, talked to the truckers, and I stepped back and I said, okay, so what's happening here? And so what I'm saying is that if you notice, the Prime Minister cannot get away from this story. The politicians, even the Conservatives who were very, like, I'm not sure yet which way the wind is blowing like, but now, of course, they're all full on, supporting the truckers and everyone is coming to the party. But the thing is that this is a pivotal moment in Canadian history, and it's something that we need to learn from. And there are 16 ways that I think we need to learn.
And it's a good read. 210 degrees Celsius, now he knows all about diesel. Barry Bussey wrote it, and it's an important book. And that's 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government. And as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government. But people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.